Welcome to Goobertown Hobbies. My name is Brent, and this is GenCon. This is the convention that changed my whole outlook on tabletop gaming. I've learned so much about the game industry and the gaming community just by wandering around in this magical place. Now, one of the things that I want to convey is that gaming is big. It's much, much bigger than you probably think it is. Your local game store might be your favorite place on earth, but no matter how good it is still just the tip of the gaming iceberg. Your favorite stores have limited space, so they carry a subset of the most popular games and accessories that are out there on the market. Most game stores have Magic, Pokemon, D&D, Pathfinder, Catan, Carcassonne, and Munchkin. They probably also have some Warhammer, some WizKids minis, and some Army Painter paints. But eventually there's a limit. For the most part, anything less popular than San Juan just isn't gonna get stocked. What's available in your local game store is just the beginning. Going to GenCon is the best way that I know of to get a glimpse of the rest of the iceberg. This is huge, and spoiler alert, a lot of it is better than San Juan. You kinda have to be here to truly appreciate it, but I'm gonna try my best to capture the scale and the majesty of this gathering of games and gamers. This is like taking the entire industry out into the sun and spreading it all out on the yard. And by yard, I mean a 160,000 square foot convention center, a massive sports arena, and most of the hotels, event halls, and bookable rooms within a mile radius. All of the hallways, sidewalks, and restaurants are packed with gamers. For 4 days, Indianapolis is transformed into a regular Goobertown. It's like the Super Bowl of gaming. This is the Lucas Oil Stadium. This is where the actual Super Bowl was played in 2012. At GenCon, this is just one of the overflow areas where you can go to play some games. I played in a Flux tournament, and I also played some Relic Blade down there. The acoustics are surprisingly good down on the field. It's actually a really pleasant place to play. And here's the biggest gaming hall. This is a massive room filled with tournaments, game demos, a couple of vendor booths, and even a bit of mini painting. Oh look, here's a monster truck. Why wouldn't there be a monster truck? I spun the wheel, and I won all the monster truck prizes. I chose not to collect my prizes, but it did feel good to be a winner. Anyway, there's a lot of card tournaments in here, and a fair number of minis games, including Warhammer and Star Wars Legion. I really like minis, so I got distracted by this game of War Gods. These models are great. I found these crocodiles at GenCon in 2019, and one of these days I'm gonna paint them. I also found this huge game of Kings of War. Monster trucks just can't compete with a village of tabletop world terrain and hordes of lizards. Now for a lot of folks, the real heart of GenCon is the vendor hall. The time is 9:59 a.m. and the vendor hall is about to open. Dozens of convention staff are holding off a tidal wave of nerds. Well, 10 a.m. hits and the dam breaks. The staff are making sure that everyone has a badge, a face covering, and a yellow proof of vaccination band. This is pretty orderly, all things considered. Nobody is getting trampled trying to buy a Furby. Not today. So yeah, I'm trying to show the breadth and the depth of this gaming iceberg. Hence, we're zooming in on quirky little games and then zooming way out to a crowd of ravenous nerds. This place is huge. The camera doesn't do it justice. Unfortunately, there are no good vantage points in here to look down at the whole room. This is the map of the vendor hall. All of those little words are the names of game companies. I tried to count them, and it's something like 600 different booths. New games, old games, cosplay props, art, books, and dice. Plastic dice, metal dice, stone dice, wood dice, cloth dice, leather dice, dice for any anniversary. I found familiar stuff that I love. I found brand new stuff. I found games and companies that have been around for a while that were new to me. Walking into this room is like seeing the whole dang iceberg of gaming. If you wander around the exhibit hall, you'll be overloaded with so many cool things, and you'll find some hidden gems. You'll find games that are absolutely worth your time, but may never make it to your local store. A lot of the people behind those booths are the game designers and the artists. These are passionate folks who are a joy to talk to. It's awesome to meet the people who make the things that we love. For miniature games, the tip of the iceberg is Warhammer. For a long time, I had no clue what was lurking under the water. The first time I went to GenCon was in 2018, and it turned out to be a total revelation for me. It turns out that there are dozens of miniature games out there, probably even hundreds. They all have their distinct style and appeal. I was finding minis that were scratching itches that I didn't even realize I had. GenCon 2018 is where I discovered the game Arena Rex. These gladiators are extremely cool. That year I also learned about Guild Ball. These minis are pretty cool too. Rest in peace, Guild Ball. Now a lot of my examples are gonna be about minis, but the idea is the same no matter what corners of gaming are the most interesting to you. There is so much to discover. GenCon 2019 is when I found Shadow Sea. That's also the year that I found Kingdom Death and Crocodile Games. I've been meaning to paint these crocodiles. I do love these crocodiles. In the realm of minis, game stores will often have Warhammer, WizKids, and maybe some Bolt Action or Star Wars Legion. Those are cool and all, but there is so much else out there. This year I got a chance to play Bloodfields from Titan Forge. I'm a sucker for beautiful minis, and the lead sculptor was hanging out at the booth. It turned out that the game was easy to learn and really fun, so yeah, I bought into Bloodfields. These minis were made with CO-Cast plastic injection molding. CO-Cast plastic is an alternative to more traditional resin and metal minis, and it's a good option for small and medium-sized companies. Conventions like this are a great way to get a sense for the trends in the industry. I didn't see any CO-Cast models at GenCon 2019, but I saw a whole lot of them at GenCon 2022. Galadoria Games with these awesome terrain tiles. Broken Anvil with Ribbonstone and some of their other minis. Next Level miniatures too. And I'm hearing that Freeblades are switching from metal to this type of plastic. I stopped by the Corvus Belli booth to look at the pretty Infinity miniatures. Then I got pulled into a demo game for Warcrow Adventures. This is a dungeon crawler with a companion app. I had a hard time paying attention to the game because the minis were really pretty. These are made of CO-Cast as well. I'm definitely noticing an industry trend. At the end of the demo game, everybody got a sample mini, one of the enemies from the encounter that we just played. At any convention, it's fun to see how many samples you can get, and this is a sweet one right here. Oh, I also bought some cute minis from Humblewood. This is an RPG setting from Hit Point Press. I'm not currently in the market for a new campaign, but these little goobers are so dang cute. Would you look at that? Uh-oh, hold up, I don't want this to be a haul video. Look, the vendor hall is huge and exciting, but we gotta take it a little bit at a time. As crazy as it sounds, the big exhibition halls that I've showed you are dwarfed by all the smaller rooms around the convention center that are running classes, games, and activities around the clock. One big room is a consignment shop, and there's also an auction that's going on almost continuously. True Dungeon is around here somewhere too. That's an RPG one-shot in a big life-size dungeon set. I saw some signs for laser tag. There's an escape room. There are cosplay events and competitions, and that's in addition to the folks who are just wandering around in awesome costumes. Somewhere there are symposia and panels with authors, game designers, and other nerd celebrities. Here's a big ballroom in the convention hall that's dedicated to Pathfinder, and probably Starfinder. In previous years, I've done some of the LARPs and pen and paper RPGs that are spread throughout the city of Indianapolis. If you look, you can find almost any game system or homebrew that your heart desires. I know I've been a bit hard on San Juan in this video, but I'm really not here to judge. If you are one of the people who like San Juan, well, there's a solid chance that you can find the other San Juan player here at GenCon. The two of you can go and have a great afternoon together. Here's another big hall. This one is dedicated to painting classes. I took a class with Clay Williams about painting faces. He's a great teacher, but I kinda bungled my face halfway through. That's on me. Still, I learned a lot, and the next one will be better. This Conquest mini is pretty cool though, isn't it? Oh, I also participated in a speed painting competition. You pay $2 for the entry ticket, and you get 12 paints, 2 nasty brushes, and 45 minutes to paint a mini that you've never seen before. My cat from Reaper Minis took second place in the qualifying heat that I was in, so I went on to the finals. There were 12 of us in the finals, and we each had 60 minutes to paint this dwarven cleric. We also got a third brush, which wasn't quite as janky. I got lucky, and my dwarf took third place. The first and second place dwarfs were very good. Just look at that. Oh, also I ran in the Orc Stomp 5K on Friday morning. I didn't get any footage of that, but I did get this sweet t-shirt and a participation trophy by Norse Foundry. That's a sweet metalworks company that had a booth there in the vendor hall. I also did Jedi yoga on Saturday, but I didn't get any footage at the yoga class because I thought that might be weird. Back in the painting area, there's an event called Paint and Take. A lot of goobers come to this sunny parlor area to paint their first ever minis, and some of us just come to hang out. Here's a display case for competition minis. Look at this old boy. This is a gorgeous mini and a gorgeous paint job. But I don't know, this is all just a bit too spooky for me. A rainbow squad of clone troopers? Now that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. They even included Indigo, the full Roy G. Biv. Okay, I gotta walk away from the minis for a bit. I get too distracted. Oh hey, a whole city of card towers. I sure hope nobody knocks them all down. This here is a charity event. First, folks donate their old commons from various trading card games. Well, I hope they're all commons. Anyway, convention goers spent 3 days building Cardhalla. Day by day, we get to watch this get bigger and bigger and bigger. Then, on Saturday night, this gets demolished in a hail of quarters. The rights to throw the first quarter are auctioned off in a very silly competition between the left side of the room and the right side of the room. After the ceremonial first quarters are thrown, everyone will get a chance to unload their piggy bank. This year, the event raised thousands of dollars for the Patachow Foundation, which is a food charity for children in Indianapolis. Overall, I think gamers are pretty good eggs. Something about the imagination of games and the social nature of gaming makes this crowd a bit more empathetic than an average slice of humanity. The concern for the health, safety, and well-being of others is heartwarming to see. But here we all are, gathered and spending money in Indianapolis. Indiana is known as the middle finger of the South. The governing party in Indiana is regressive and theocratic. Their understanding of basic human rights is vastly different than the majority of the people here at GenCon. Indianapolis has pretty good infrastructure for a convention, and GenCon brings a lot of money to the region. However, some of our tax dollars that we spend here will go to enforce some deplorable laws. Those laws pose real health and safety risks to some of our fellow gamers and to some of our fellow humans. This is also part of the iceberg of gaming. Gamers represent a lot of people and a lot of disposable income. There's some power here, and with that, some responsibility. The organizers of GenCon are considering leaving Indianapolis when their current contract is up. That sounds fine to me. I would happily attend GenCon in a different state. In the meantime, individual gamers and companies have also made the call to stay away from Indiana, and I absolutely respect the principle. There are other big conventions out there for us nerds, and some of them are held in better states. Okay, back to games. Dang, I hope those were all commons. Some of those cards are from the old Star Wars customizable card game. That card game is from the mid to late 90s, and I loved it when I was a kid. This convention has new games for you to discover, but you can also find people playing old games, and you can find people selling old games. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done for a long time. I'm gonna buy and open some packs of SWCCG. The poll was going pretty poorly, but then at the last minute, Bib Fortuna showed up and saved the day. My main man, Bib Fortuna. We're in a golden age of gaming, but nobody is forgetting about the old games. This convention is a celebration of decades of games and gaming culture. Oh, when you get hungry, there's a street that fills up with food trucks so that you can go outside and refuel. Oh wow, look at that. A giant inflatable battle mech. That's pretty cool. I know this video is disjointed, but in a way that's the point. I'm running around trying to get a flavor for this place. trying to see a fraction of all these games that my friends don't own and my local stores don't stock. I'm concentrating on just minis games, but even within that niche, it's impossible to see them all during this 4-day-long convention. The community and the industry of gaming are both so much bigger and more vibrant than we often think of them as being. Just wandering around, I'm meeting so many people who are having fun. People who are having a blast whether they're shopping or playing something or just taking a break and hanging out. It's all a bit overwhelming. One way that folks try to plan a bit of their con is with the coupon book. Lots of companies will give you free dice or a small expansion if you buy their core game. I bought this beautiful dragon-themed playmat, and I turned in my coupon to get a free drink coaster. Not too shabby. In previous years, I got these Legion deck boxes for free. I also got Dwarf Stool. Oh, a coupon for Warhammer. 1 free month of Warhammer Plus. Wait. That's not a coupon, that's a trick to get your credit card number. I'm a smart shopper though, I know how to use a coupon book. Now, Conquest had a real coupon. Play a demo game and get some free minis. And those minis were no joke. Maybe it was just because of the coupons, but I heard a lot of folks talking about Conquest this weekend. Conquest is fun. And these were also the demo minis for a lot of the painting classes. And boom, 4 p.m. on Sunday, the vendor hall closes. People are still hanging out, but the convention is basically done. We've still only seen a tiny fraction of this gaming iceberg, but I hope this starts to give you a sense of how big tabletop gaming truly is. Every time I come here, I get to meet new friends, I play new games, and I get super excited about this community and this industry all over again. Other people are making great content about GenCon, and you should totally check them out. There's so much to do here that everybody is going to have a vastly different experience to report. I enjoy hearing about all the corners of GenCon that I didn't have a chance to get to, or that I didn't even know existed. One more thing, I want to apologize to Andreas Seyfarth, the creator of San Juan. I'm sorry, it's all in good fun. We can't all be Bruno Faduti. Maybe I'll take San Juan back to the consignment shop someday so that somebody else can enjoy it. Or maybe... Well, that's all I've got for this time. Thanks so much for watching.